Okay, so we're going to do our word problems for this section a little bit different than we normally do. Sometimes I kind of do the opposite. I give you the lesson and then we do the word problems in class. But I'm going to have you work or watch this video, take all the notes on it, and then when you're finished watching it, as a group, I want you to discuss a couple of the problems that I give you or the one, whatever we end up getting to. Make sure that you use your notes and you go back and you really take the time to figure out how to put these into words, where your variables will be, what your equation should look like, because you could flip-flop things and it would make it incorrect. So pay close attention to what we're doing or what I'm doing here, and then make sure you're taking all notes. Okay, so this is the question that I want you to work on. Your parents give you $20 to help buy a new pair of shoes. The shoes cost $59.95. After you buy the shoes, you have $5.50 left over. Write and solve an equation to find how much money you had before your parents gave you $20. Okay, so I've divided this up into 4 boxes to let you kind of understand what are the words we're talking about. So I'm going to fill these boxes in with words. The first thing that you have to think about, okay, what is the starting amount that I have? So because it said write and solve an equation to find out how much money you had before your parents gave you $20. So we don't know what the starting amount is. But what we do know is that we're going to add it to the money our parents gave us. So that's where the operation of plus comes in. So then, in the next box, we're going to have the amount your parents gave you. Then, we're going to take away the cost of the shoes. Because remember, we have our starting amount. Whoops. Get my drawing pen. Our starting amount plus the amount our parents gave us. Then we're going to take away, so we're going to subtract the cost of the shoes. So now that we have the cost of the shoes put in there, and there's your bill. It is, which we know the word is means equals the amount left. Okay, so let's kind of recap. So let me get my pointer out. Okay, so we have our starting amount plus the amount your parents gave you minus the cost of the shoes equals the amount left. So let's read the story problem again. Your parents give you $20, okay, to buy a pair of shoes. Sorry, the shoes cost $59.95. After you buy the shoes, you have $5.50 left. Write and solve an equation to find out how much money you had before your parents gave you $20. So all of our words that we have in boxes here, we need to start filling them in for variables and figure out what our equations are. So what variable should we use to figure out what, or that we could put in there? Obviously, the starting amount is the amount we don't know about yet. So that's going to represent S. So that's our starting amount. So we have our starting amount plus, what's the amount our parents gave us? Well, they gave us $20, right? Okay, and then we subtract that from the amount that the shoes cost. How much do the shoes cost? Looking back up there, $59.95. And that's going to equal the amount we have left. So working on that, now we have a variable, and we have an amount left of $5.50, right? Because they told us up here that's what we have left. So if that's all the truth, we have enough information to solve for S. So I'm going to rewrite this on the next page, and we're going to solve for S. Okay, so just like we've learned, we can take and we can get rid of things so that we can balance out the sides, right? So we want to get S all by itself. In order to get S all by itself, let's start with taking away our $59.95 because, get my pointer, it's a subtraction sign. Negative $59.95. So if we were to add $59.95 to this problem, that would get rid of the dollar amount, and what it would do is we would add it over to this side. Now be really careful when you add it to the right side of the equation because you have to line up your decimals. The reason I did it that way is so I can put my decimal straight down, because you should still be able to add it that way, correct? 0 plus 5 is 5. 9 plus 5 is 14. Bring down my decimal. Carry my 1. 14, 15. Carry my 1. 6. So I should come up with 65, 45 over on that side. Okay, I'm going to rewrite out what I have so far so that I don't get confused. Okay, all I did here was I took my S, I brought it back down. Brought my 20 back down. I haven't changed anything from here to here. My equal sign now, on this side of the equal sign, I should have 65, 45, which I got from right here. So that's where that all came into play. Now I can continue to solve. So now I'm going to use the subtraction property of equality and get rid of my $20. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Remember, use your decimal places correctly because we're talking about money. So we can put, even if it was just a whole number, we could do it this way. Okay, so we do all of our workout. You should come up with 45, 45, if we did our work correctly. And so now I have the equal sign and I have my S. So I'm just going to rewrite this out. What I'm trying to say here is that S equals $45.45. So what we're answering is the amount that we had before our parents gave us money. We started with this much money when they gave us the $20 to pay for our shoes because we should have $5.50 left over. So